Continue to take in those beautiful sounds of the $IRO1s here on the iRacing service at Iowa Speedway. 8 races down, 5 to go. The battle for the second annual Greg Moore Cup continues, and oh boy has it ever tightened up. Just weeks ago, rookie Dylan Bahm was over 50 points ahead of second place. Now we have 4 drivers within a 12-point gap fighting for the championship. It all continues tonight with none other than a doubleheader at an oval. Good evening, folks, and welcome to I still haven't edited that part yet. We're almost in the month of December. That is not even close to what I meant to say there. But anyways, welcome aboard another live production for Season 2 of the Canadian Motorsports Network Dart Series on iRacing. We are back at an oval for rounds 9 and 10 as well of the running for the second annual Greg Moore Cup. It's the Iowa Dart 125s. Yes, as a matter of fact, we are running twin races here tonight. We could have done a 250 lap, just one 250 lapper, but why not make things interesting here with 2 125s here at Iowa Speedway. This will certainly make things interesting as these drivers continue to battle hard, especially as of recently, for the second annual Greg Moore Cup. And so, hello everybody and welcome to tonight's live production. I am the main voice of the Canadian Motorsports Network and Regan McCauley from Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island on behalf of the Holland College Journalism and Communications program as well. Unfortunately, Jordy Carraher, my fellow color commentator who's been here since the very beginning in Alberta, Canada, on the other side of the country, Unfortunately, he is not available here tonight to attend this one, so whether or not maybe he is still watching or whatever else he's doing, our best wishes to him and hope he's still doing well and whatever's got going on with him in his life. But yes, it's going to be once again another one-man show here, giving me the flashbacks back to the first race of the NASCAR Series 4th season at Daytona, where quite frankly a technical issue prevented me from having Jordy join alongside me. And then I realized it was the dumbest technical thing ever. So anyways, we move on from there. But again, the biggest recent headline, which I would have been telling to Jordy, but I might as well say it right here. Unfortunately, we were not able to broadcast nor tape delay the Grand Prix at Road America because, again, good old life getting in the way. But from what we can tell, based on conversations and statistics, it's another case of Charlie Sears winning the pole and being the class of the field. Last week's Grand Prix was his 3rd win of the season, 2nd in a row, after also winning the Detroit Grand Prix. The biggest headline of them all, however, or second one, or just another big one, as mentioned earlier, Dylan Bahm continues to be dealt a bad hand by Lady Luck with yet another unfortunate result. He was once a points leader by plus 50, and now is 1 point behind Sears, and he's got 2 other drivers who have pounced off a recent and overall season consistency. Things are getting interesting here within the Canadian Motorsports Network Dart Series, and tonight will only make things even more interesting as, again, running the doubleheader at Iowa Speedway. So we will quickly go into last week's results at the Grand Prix of Road America, or at a Road America, I should say. I don't get why my iRacing volume is still on. That should not be happening. But anyways, the results from the first annual Grand Prix at Road America. Only 13 cars participated. Charlie Sears, 2 wins in a row, 2 poles in a row, led 25 of 30 laps. Yet another race absolutely dominated by the only driver in Canadian Motorsports Network history to have an iRacing Pro license. Pretty much Max Verstappen style dominance by the number 32 499 Racing Chevrolet. CD Mangrum's number 1 Nordic Aluminum GTR BMW started 11th out of 13 cars and earned its 3rd podium finish within the last 5 races. Andy Hertel's number 7 519 eRacing Rolls-Royce earned a 3rd podium finish in a row. Ty Higginbottom's number 97 U.S. Air Force Toyota qualified 5th and finished 4th. Mike Marini's number 12 True North Racing Audi started 12th and finished 5th. Darcy Ford's number 64 Wingsnob Rolls-Royce returned to the racetrack and put up a respectable 6th place finish. Jason Butler's number 10 Rampage Coffee Co. Rolls-Royce was the first finisher not on the lead lap, followed by Hunter Young, Dylan Bahm, and Mark Ouellette. Nice to see Ouellette's number 80 Koopa's Racing Chevrolet earn back-to-back top 10 finishes, and finally this time around come across the line at the checkered flag. Daniel Cudmore, Jose Mercado, and Jonathan Swainson all qualified well, but were caught up in incidents, resulting in poor finishes. And not participating were veterans Michael Dimitrov, Veteran Michael Dimitrov, Milwaukee Mile winner Corbin McCauley, rookies Kyle Knoll, Patrick Hernandez, and Caden Tufts, and other veterans in Ivan Reynolds and Darcy Cudmore not participating. So it appears we will get 2 more entries into tonight's Iowa 125s, looking at the timing screen here from practice thus far, which again, that's going to be another 8 minutes until we get into, again, it's the oval qualifying format of 2 laps per driver, and it's the best lap that gets put up on the leaderboard. But now we will move on from last week and get into this week, tonight's racing events here for Season 2 of the Dart Series on as a matter of fact, we still got to get to the point standings. After 8 rounds, my goodness, 12 points between 4 drivers for the lead. Charlie Sears was once at the bottom of the points, and now he's the leader. Bahm drops to second, but it was only 1 point behind. Mangrum and Hertel are separated by 1 point for the bottom part of the points podium, if that's a way to put it. Even Higginbottom isn't too far behind. Ford and Mercado hold firm in 6th and 7th, while Mike Marini moves up to 8th, and it's just as... Hang on a second here, let me get this sorted. There we go. The Rookie of the Year standings, where it's just as tight. Sears and Baum going at it for that award there as well, while Mangrum is 11 points back of the leader. Mercado, Hunter Young, and Kyle Knoll will have a lot of work to do if they want to get back on the rookie podium, quote-unquote, get up right up there against CD Mangrum. In the engine manufacturer standings, Toyota continues to hold the manufacturer standings crown, but Chevrolet and Rolls-Royce are doing their best to not give up, and they're in their own battle there as well. 7 points separating them for second place. BMW is relatively safe in 4th, and so is Audi in 5th, while Ford and Honda are going at it for 6th. And then that moves us into the Dart Nations Cup after round 8 of 13. Honestly, you could call it right now because the Star Spangled Banner continues to shred the True North strong and free. 324 points separating the bordering countries of America and Canada. I mean, good Lord, you look at the graphic here and you look at those driver pictures like Sears, Mangrum, Hertel, Higginbottom, and Baum. That group of United States drivers right there is just shredding us up here in Canada, but it's what we love to see here in terms of diversity. An absolutely lethal group of drivers on the American side. And now I can finally say we can move on to where we are heading next. That does it for recaps of last week. Here is the second half of the schedule course, where we're at and where we'll be eventually going. Note that the car engine power is still wrong. It's not negative 7.5, it's negative 5. But anyways, we're back on an oval for the first time since November 7th as we take a visit to Newton, Iowa, and race at America's newer tracks in recent decades, the Iowa Speedway. And again, note that the next 4 races, including tonight, are all oval races. 4 at 3 different tracks. You got the doubleheader here tonight at Iowa, 125 laps each, 250 altogether. And then we have 100 laps at Pocono and 125 laps, the Pocono Dart 250 and then the Fontana 250 at Auto Club Speedway. Oh man, is this next stretch ever going to shake things up? And I think knowing what's gone on in America's top open wheel racing series, which we cannot legally name, again, for legal reasons, knowing how that series is at tracks like Iowa, Pocono, and Auto Club, especially Auto Club, if we remember back at their final race in I believe it was 15, my goodness, that race is... We might have big ones. We might have a photo finish. We're going to have absolutely everything there. But, of course, let's not focus on that just yet. We still have a couple more weeks until we get to that point. So let's talk about the Iowa Speedway here as we're still on the scenic view. Might as well get a blimp static angle going here. A 0.8-mile, 1.4-kilometer paved oval in the state of Iowa. Wow, what a shocker. The track has operated since 2006 and was built under the guidance of NASCAR champion Rusty Wallace. The D-shaped oval is patterned after the Richmond Raceway, which, again, no surprise, as that was Rusty Wallace's most accomplished racetrack. The Iowa Speedway sits over 30,000 people, or in between 25,000 and 30,000, and it's a fixture on multiple schedules across American motorsports. The NASCAR Cup Series will head here for the first time in 2024 in real life, and it's a track that's been stapled on the schedule of America's top open-wheel racing series since the track's opening. The track produces some terrific multi-groove racing and wild restarts. This will be yet another first-time appearance for the Dart Series, as Season 1 did not have a race at Iowa, so yet again, we'll be making history with whoever earns victories here tonight. Could we see a doubleheader sweep? Maybe 2 drivers are going to take a checkered flag and become the first annual Iowa Dart 125 winners. With 4 drivers in a wicked battle for the second annual Greg Moore Cup, all 4 will be clawing at each other to eventually become the best within the series and be the #1 contender for that second annual Greg Moore Cup. And that's pretty much a pre-race show right there, as again, we have 3 minutes remaining until qualifying begins. Might as well get the iRacing volume back up right there. And let's see what we have here going on through practice thus far. So again, another bit over a minute and a half to go here in practice thus far, as we have a camera angle here on Andy Hertel, one of those 4 drivers in contention here for the Greg Moore Cup. And you can look at the timing board right now. Again, Dylan Bahm, C.D. Mangrum, Charlie Sears, Ty Higginbottom, and Andy Hertel leading the way within the top 5. The best lap from Dylan Bahm so far has been 18.566. C.D. Mangrum, 66 hundredths back right there in second, or we could say 7/10 back. Or 1,000th of a second, I believe it actually is. Anyways, we'll move on right there. So under a minute to go now. I was trying to get here to some of these drivers here to explain some of them here, beginning again with Andy Hertel, who still is yet to earn a victory yet this season, although, yeah, second place has just been absolutely wild with his results thus far. I mean, he finished second at Long Beach. He qualified second at Texas. He qualified second and finished second at Belle Isle. And, yeah, he's only made 7 of 8 starts thus far, as a matter of fact, by the looks of it. Trying to tell, I believe yeah, I can't tell exactly what race he did miss, but he did certainly miss one. I mean, 6 top 5s, 7 top 10s thus far, average start of 5.57, average finish of 3.29. Let's see who else is running here on the track to conclude this practice. I mean, quite frankly, it's ending anyways, but there's the number 9 of Jose Mercado, currently again in the standings, currently in the 7th position. Best finish so far this season has been 5th, his only top 5 thus far. He's gotten a lot of top 10s. He actually, that streak came to an end at Road America last week. I mean, thus far, again, for his first full-time open wheel season thus far, he did participate in Indy 250 a while back. But again, first full-time running season in an open wheel series. So far, he has impressed. He's been very consistent. Just needs to grab some more top 5s and maybe even get on the podium a couple times. He fell short of qualifying on the podium back at this year's Indy 250 and also in Milwaukee. Might as well get an eye on this guy, the number 17 of Corbin McCauley, driving for Hurricanes E-Motorsports, and the number 17 Honda. McCauley so far looking again at his own statistics here as well. He currently sits only 10th in points, only has 6 starts. To clarify, he ended up getting his first career Dart Series victory back at Milwaukee on November 7th. Also has an Indy 250 pole. And by the looks of it, he's going to put himself into the 2nd position here in qualifying. And my gosh, is that ever close right there. 0.010 behind Charlie Sears. I mean, are you surprised whatsoever that the number 32 is up here at the top, notably Jason Butler up there as well. Looks like a couple of guys have chosen not to qualify, or maybe they're unavailable to, so we'll have to see about that later on. Yeah, there you go. There you get the lap times, and oh my good lord, look how close Sears and McCauley are. Oh, never mind. Would you look at that? I was wondering if he was going to be able to qualify or not. I guess he decided to save the best for best for last situation here. And would you look at that? The number 97, a Ty Higginbottom, up to the board with an 18.6 best lap. So that would be 61 tenths of a second right there over Sears. And so we'll get the apologies for a bit of the silence right there, just trying to figure some things out behind the scenes. But yeah, so I meant to say actually it was, I believe it was 66 hundredths of a second, as a matter of fact, actually. Again, I'm rusty. It's been a while since I've done this commentating. Been a lot of stuff going on in life, so just bear with me right there. But yes, Ty Higginbottom up front there. Actually, as a matter of fact, I probably should have the ticker off so I can explain the starting lineup whenever we get the cars rolling. But spoiler alert, you already know. So the cars lining up on pit road, or were they on the... Yeah, actually, okay, they're on pit road. That's what I was wondering. So as everyone pops onto the screen here and lines up behind the iRacing official pace car, I will go into race control and send these guys a little bit of a quick message, be able to get these engines fired up with the most famous words in motorsports here at Iowa Speedway. It is, again, the first annual Iowa Dart 125s here at Iowa Speedway. First ever Iowa Speedway doubleheader here within the Canadian Motorsports Network Dart Series. First season on iRacing. And take note, too, with the corner overlay at the top there, it is live. We have an interesting thing that we will be... We have an interesting addition here to the ticker on behalf of course, the creator, Corbin McCauley. So, again, shout out to him right there, of course. You'll see live right there, but when we get to replays, whenever we do, if we do it all, I'm sure we will, you'll see something interesting. But before we get to that, time to go into race control, get these engines fired up. Don't go away. Stay tuned. So you just heard the engines get fired up right there. Had to go into a bit of a loop right there just to fix something right there. But anyways, here we are. Time for the starting grid for the first of the two Iowa Dart 125. Starting on the front row, we have the number 97 Toyota of Ty Higginbottom. 2 is outside. The number 32 Chevrolet of, again, a driver that will be looking to win 3 races in a row, Charlie Sears. And now moving on to the next row, we have a pair of guys that have come together a couple times this season. Number 17 Honda of Corbin McCauley, the, I guess, we can call him the last oval winner here within the series, and number 17 Honda there. 2 is outside. We have the number 3 Toyota of Dylan Bahm looking to find a resurgence after saw a lot of poor luck as of recently, but he's got multiple wins so far, so he'll look to turn things around with 2 races here at Iowa. At the bottom of the top 5, we have the number 10 Rolls-Royce of Jason Butler, and 2 is outside. Just outside the top 5, we have the number 9 BMW of Jose Mercado. The number 1 BMW of CD Mangrum starts 7th with the number 77 Chevrolet of Indy 250 runner-up Hunter Young in 8th. And rounding at the top 10, we have the number 7 Rolls-Royce of Andy Hertel. 2 is outside. Rounding at the top 10, we have the number 12 Audi of Mike Marini. Starting in 11th, we have the number 64 of Darcy Ford, the Rolls-Royce, Wing Snob Rolls-Royce. The number 2 Ford Alpha Flow Racing car of Daniel Cudmore will start in 12th. And I believe, not running out actually, just, one more row. The number 15 Toyota of Kyle Noah will start in 13th, and to his outside, the Coupe is racing. Number 80 Chevrolet of Mark Ouellette, and to round it all out, welcome back to the series. The number 99 of Jonathan Swainson will start in the 15th and final position. And that is your starting grid here. That is not where I wanted. There we go. Sure, we'll take the turn 2 exit right here. Pace car lights are off, so maybe they're going green this time. We'll have to wait and see. Almost 10 people watching this one thus far tonight. We appreciate each and every one of you that has tuned in. Again, bear with me, a one-man show. Jordy Caraher not here tonight, so it's just me in the booth. We are going to have one more lap, actually, until we get to the green flag here at Iowa Speedway. Why not try and get this over with? We'd like to shout out the sponsors of the Canadian Motorsports Network in the Holland Hurricanes, Kyle's Fried Chicken, Rampage Coffee Co., GTR, TrackCams22.com, which provided us these professional-looking broadcast camera angles. We greatly appreciate them for really upgrading and emphasizing the live productions we have here at the Canadian Motorsports Network, especially on iRacing. Our first open wheel season on iRacing, of course, also used back in Season 4 of the NASCAR Series. Absolutely phenomenal cameras. And, of course, Piping Kettle Soup Co. and GSGSG Vinyl 3D. Might as well get that over with, because sometimes that tends to be lost in all the other shenanigans that go on within these dart races. But with all that being said, the pace car... Yeah, we'll get the pace car rolling off here, and then we'll get to racing here. There we go. There's going to be the starter cam. Here we go. The green flag is waving. There they go. The flagman waving the flag. We are racing here at Iowa Speedway. The first of the 125s, the 2 here tonight. In through turns 1 and 2, Ty Higginbottom holding the lead here thus far. Charlie Sears, Corbin McCauley right in behind. Single file up to about, pretty much almost all the way through. We got a good battle, close battle going on there, almost contact. Jason Butler and Mike Marini almost getting together there. Butler going to take the advantage down the back straightaway. Almost 3 wide action right there by the looks of his. Darcy Ford looking to charge his way up side by side almost here with Kyle Noah. Butler and Marini now going at it once again here for the 8th position. So mostly single file here through the top 6 is Hunter Young. Or actually, no, CD Mangrum, sorry. Trying to get down low on Dylan Bahm. Still has yet to do that, as we are now on the 4th lap of 125 here at Iowa Speedway. Ty Higginbottom still leading the way. Charlie Sears not too far behind, looking to use that middle to high groove against him. He's gaining some momentum right there. Oh, and to the outside, he tries to go and get side-by-side right on that right rear quarter panel. That's not a right rear tire. That's not going to work. Sears going to try the inside instead. He'll make the dive down low. Looks like he's going to clear Ty Higginbottom and take the lead. The number 32 leading the way here now on lap 6 of 125. Ty Higginbottom now back to the inside. They're going to be side-by-side. Higginbottom going to lose the momentum there. Again, those middle to high grooves always going to have the better advantage, especially off of corner exit. Corbin McCauley still remaining here in the 3rd position. Almost a second back of the leader, 7/10 back. As there's about a 4-car battle going on here for the 4th position here. Jose Mercado has made his way up to 4th. Dylan Bahm in the 5th position. CD Mangrum side by side down the inside. But Dylan Bahm going to clear the way. Oh, and almost into the wall with the right side tires there was the number 3. Jose Mercado going to fall back now to the 5th position. Here comes CD Mangrum to the inside. Trying to go from 6th to 5th. He will. Down on the inside, Mangrum will enter the top 5. But again, thus far, the number 32 of Charlie Sears just trying to pull away as much as possible. Now over half a second ahead of Ty Higginbottom. Again, Sears with a very much of a roller coaster start to the season with finishes of 18th, 1st, 17th, 2nd, 9th, and then 14th. And then before you know it, he goes and wins 2 races in a row, also wins 2 poles in a row, almost as if he decided to become an American Max Verstappen here. But leading the way again, about half a second or so over Ty Higginbottom. Corbin McCauley, about a second back of the leader there, approaching lap 12 of 125. Meanwhile, everyone else relatively single file going through here as Andy Hertel tries to jump Kyle Knoll for the 10th position to enter the top 10. Looks like he will. Kyle Knoll's going to have slightly more advantage right there off of that middle to high groove, but doesn't look like it's going to work. Andy Hertel going to get away. Darcy Ford's still stuck back here in the 12th position. Mark Ouellette in 13th. And it looks as though Jonathan Swainson, as a matter of fact, who was in the 15th position there, and I believe he may have been on track, doesn't look like he's there anymore, so I don't know what went on there. But either way, Charlie Sears still leading the way. Get some close angles there of the cars coming down the back stretch and through turns 3 and 4. Look at them shoot by past this big crowd of Dart Series fans here on iRacing. Lap 15 to 125. Race kind of going by a little quick here thus far. Again, Sears looking to get 3 victories in a row, which would be, I mean, again, that'd be quite the storyline, knowing that, again, he was near the bottom, or even was at the bottom of the points, I think, at one point in the season, back at the season opener at Barber Motorsports Park. Qualified first and didn't even make the first corner. There was contact from behind, disconnected, finishing 18th. And now he's leading the points by 1 over Dylan Bahm, who again back here in the 4th position in his Sim League Pro Team 44 Racing Toyota. SimLeaguePro.com, I should say. Piers McCauley's kind of falling back a little. That's actually helping Dylan Bahm and CD Mangrum start to catch up. Same with Jose Mercado as well. Again, cars kind of close together, but still relatively single file going on here. Mangrum's still trying to use that inside line. Bahm staying towards the middle. Again, that inside line can be really good for entry, but it's awful on exit, especially momentum-wise. Unless someone decides to send the final corner once we get to the final couple laps. You can see it right there. Middle groove is the way to go, at least so far. Bahm really using the high side there through turns 1 and 2. And then back to Charlie Sears, still leading the way by over half a second. Keeps going back and forth between 5 and 8 tenths. Again, it's just all about how these drivers enter the corners, exit the corners. Because it looks like Higginbottom is entering them pretty fast, but Sears, on the other hand, is getting a way better exit. I mean, Sears through the middle, Higginbottom, okay, that explains it. Higginbottom using the inside. Looking at the weather info tab here, 41 degrees Celsius track temperature, so it is indeed slick here under the sun. Which, yeah, it should be noted, too. This race is under afternoon weather and conditions. The second race is going to be under the lights. At least that's what I was told. So that'll certainly make things interesting. A lot more grip tonight, I would imagine, under the moon and the night sky. Race summary here so far. No cautions yet. Only 1 lead change. 2 different leaders. Mike Marini so far with the fastest lap of an 18.74 or 774 on lap 22. 170 miles per hour. And speaking of the number 12 True North Racing Audi, he's back in the 9th position at the moment. Trying to catch up to the number 10 of Jason Butler here through the front stretch. On lap 25, Charlie Sears zooming down the back straightaway. appears again with how he is entering and exiting the corners. It looks as though he is now pretty much a second over Ty Higginbottom. See if we might as well talk about the number 97 Tornado Alley eRacing Toyota, sponsored by U.S. Air Force. At least that's what he got. That's what he has on the livery. Higginbottom's stats so far, whenever I go to him, and also knowing that he is currently in the standings in the 5th position, not too far behind those 4 other guys in Sears, Bahm, Mangrum, and Hertel going at it within that 12-point group. Higginbottom's stats so far, only 1 DNF through 8 races. He's got 5 top 5s, 7 top 10s as we have a caution on the speedway. Unsure of what happened. Oh, Daniel Cudmore hard into the wall with the back end. Mark Ouellette on pit road, missing the front tires. So we had something just happen here at Iowa Speedway, lap 28. First caution of the day. And here we go. Here we go. And I guess for some reason the transitions are... Oh, yeah, they are lagging hard. My gosh. So that is absolutely unfortunate. So we're going to get it here about the next... I'd say, yeah, about this lap right here, perhaps. So far, transition is not working really well so far. Again, first race doing this, bear this. Oh, yeah, loose down the inside and then hard into the back end of the number 2 was Mark Ouellette. Nowhere to go on that one. Oh, yeah, I guess there's the transition. Maybe it'll work this time around. Nope, still learning this thing. It looks professional, but then it doesn't. So... yeah, just loose with the left side tires down on the apron, goes around. Ouellette with nowhere to go. Absolutely unfortunate timing for him. So absolutely not ideal for Daniel Cudmore, who again currently 9th in points. And his results have been a little up and down. I mean, he was pretty consistent in the top 10 for... many races, and then unfortunately there was Road America where he started 7th and finished 11th with a disconnection. And there's the live transition now as we return back to live. And so Charlie Sears leading the way under this caution period, lap 31.25. So far, he's led 25 of the 29 laps completed. And yeah, please know that the tire you see tire compound, it's soft. It's actually supposed to be hard because literally on, for every oval race, everyone has to run on the hard tire compound. It says soft. iRacing still has a visual issue where the soft tire if it says and shows that someone is on the soft tire compound, they're actually on the hards. But if they're on the hards, they're on the softs. And then the mediums are actually accurate. So if you're on the mediums, you're actually just fine. It's just with the softs and the hards, you have to flip them, which is rather unfortunate, to say the least. Anyway, Sears has led 26 of 30 laps thus far. Ty Higginbottom with 4 laps led. And then everyone else still has yet to lead a lap just yet. Here's a little zoomed-in angle right there. Might as well. So far, it looks like everyone except Sears has made it to pit road. Again, we give the exception to Cudmore and Ouellette, who were just involved in that big crash there. That's not what I wanted. There we go. So, yeah, again, everyone from 2nd on to 12th pitted under the caution period. Sears did not. So Sears might have a little bit of a strategy up his sleeve once we get back to racing. Pace car lights still on. So maybe going green the next time around. And it looks as though Cudmore and Ouellette are both out of the race now. 5 laps down. They have went blank on my timing screen here. So 12 cars. It looks as though, at least for now, 12 cars remain here in this first of the 2 Iowa 125s. Dart 125s. There's the pace car lights going off. So we will be going green this time by, with Sears leading the way over Higginbottom and Corbin McCauley. Nice to see Hunter Young has made his way up to the 6th position. Jose Mercado in 7th. Notably, Andy Hertel struggling so far, back in the 10th position. Then there's Darcy Ford in 12th. So Hertel's going to have a lot of work to do in order to join the other drivers that he's fighting with for the 2nd annual Greg Moore Cup. Again, that 4-driver battle, 12 points separating. Again, Sears leading the way, and then Dylan Bahm 1 point behind him. He's currently in the 4th position. And then there's C.D. Mangrum right behind him. Looks like Mangrum might try to get a jump on Dylan Bahm here on this restart, as the pace car will roll off onto pit road. Starter cam is on. Flagman waving the green. We can't even see him. Here we go. Back to green on lap, I believe it'd be 34. With Charlie Sears leading the way again, though, did not pit under that caution period. Wow, look at the slide by the number 17 of Corbin McCauley, trying to get up high in Higginbottom, but instead he slid up and he's fallen back. That might cause Dylan Bahm to try and take advantage here back in the 4th position. Back here, Jason Butler and Mike Marini still going at it right there, as I thought something else may have happened there. Look at that side-by-side racing between Andy Hertel and Kyle Knoll for the 10th position. Hertel staying up high. Down low is the rookie Knoll. Veteran versus rookie going at it. Dylan Bahm and C.D. Mangrum going at it for the 4th position. Bahm still using that middle to high groove. Mangrum down low. Almost, actually, that did kind of work for the number 1, as he got a lot closer there to the number 3. He's going to try again here through turns 1 and 2. We'll see what that does, and he's going to try and clear up. No, that's not even going to be close. He slid all the way up, and that actually might put some wear on the tires, as Bahm is going to gain a huge advantage on him now. Jose Mercado is going to try and take advantage as well. And so Charlie Sears still leading the way by well over a second over Ty Higginbottom. Corbin McCauley still in 3rd. The podium drivers continuing to remain on the podium thus far, here now on lap 39 of 125. So not just yet there to halfway through this race. It'll be about lap 62. My math says 62 and a half, so we'll call it on the backstretch, I guess. So Sears just continuing to pull away by a second, well over a second half, almost 2 seconds, as Higginbottom and McCauley might have a potential battle brewing here for the 2nd position. Meanwhile, back here, Andy Hertel trying to make his way up. He's battling against Mike Marini for the 9th position. Kyle Knoll and Darcy Ford also going at it, so we got a lot of battles going on towards the back of the field here. That's what we love to see. Battles going on all over the place here at Iowa Speedway. Marini still trying to use the inside against Hertel, but still not working. Jason Butler still holding firm there in the 8th position. Marini still trying to dive it down low, but that might cause Kyle Knoll to gain momentum here using the high side. Oh, Marini making the block. Wow, look at that. Knoll diving down to the inside of Marini. Knoll sliding up just a little bit there. They're going to remain side by side down the back straightaway. Knoll still down on the inside. He's going to dive it down. He's going to almost try and clear. That's not going to work. There's going to be contact. They're still going. Veteran versus rookie. In a hell of a battle going on here through turns 1 and 2 down the back straightaway. Knoll finally going to clear Mike Marini. Darcy Ford going to try and take advantage of the both of them on the inside. Lots of fun stuff going on towards the back of the field. Ford did kind of have it there. He could have cleared, but he probably would have been run over by Mike Marini. Marini's still going to hold on on the high side. Ford still going at it down low. But I think Marini's going to be able to hang on for that 11th position. Some wicked racing going on right there. CD Mangrum and Jose Mercado going at it here for the 5th position. Yet again, actually, no, technically that'd be both rookies going at theirs. Whoa, did Dylan Bahm have a potential issue right there coming through turns 3 and 4? Something seemed off right there, but he's still going on the high side. Very bumpy up there. As a matter of fact, that should be noted. Andy Hertel going to jump Jason Butler for the 8th position. So again, the number 7, as I mentioned earlier, started the race off struggling, but he has now moved his way up into the 8th position. He's looking to catch up to his fellow 3 drivers in that Brewing Championship battle for the Greg Moore Cup. Sorry, Jason Butler really took a dive in towards the rear end of Hertel right there. That got me a little distracted. I don't know if I'm missing a detail or not, because again, a bunch of... Was it just drivers going for fuel, maybe? I would have to imagine it was for fuel. Because Sears almost 2 seconds ahead of Ty Higginbottom. Hold on a second. Perhaps I can get this clear. I suppose it makes sense that clean air could be a factor here for Charlie Sears. Still leading the way by about a second and a half here, although it looks as though actually Ty Higginbottom might be catching up now. So maybe this might be the start of something here very soon. Meanwhile, we got about 3 or 4 cars going at it here for the 3rd position. McCauley, Baum, Mangrum, and Mercado going at it. Look at this. Hunter Young to the inside of Andy Hertel. He's not going to be able to clear him. They're going to remain side by side down the back straightaway into turns 3 and 4. Young almost sliding up along the left rear tire of Hertel, but Hertel's going to clear the way. Battle going on here as well. It is Jason Butler versus Kyle Knoll versus Mike Marini. Darcy Ford following in behind them too. Still about a second and a half here for the number 32, Ty Higginbottom. Corbin McCauley still following in behind there as Baum is trying with all his might, and so is Mangrum as well, to both pounce on the 17. So 2 rookies here going at it, although I guess, that's only the Dart Series term, because again, Baum was a rookie in the previous season of NASCAR Racing, Season 4. Meanwhile, CD Mangrum was a sophomore, second-year driver for the series. But again, both drivers in their first full-time open wheel seasons, and they've been absolutely spectacular thus far. Although, again, as I said earlier, the number 3 is still looking to, I don't know how to appropriately put this, but do something to Lady Luck. Now on lap 58 of 125, we are just barely approaching halfway through this first of the twin 125s. So this might be the battle that the brewing battle that we have to pay attention to, as the number 3 of Dylan Bahm continues to try and use the high side to gain momentum on the number 17, who is remaining stuck towards the middle. Mangrum to the inside, so a lot of different lane groove diversity going on here. We got a driver in the middle, a driver up high, and then we got a driver down low. Oh, caution's out. Oh, big crash up and over is the number 15 of Kyle Knoll. The rookie upside down in turn 3 on lap 60 of 125. You know what? Maybe I'm not even surprised by that. It might have been kind of a disaster waiting to happen with all the side-by-side racing going on towards the back, but we're going to get a replay of that one here. Transition does its good old leggy thing. There we go. Ticker finally off. Oh, yeah, not clear. Wow! Up in the fence! Riding along it, Kyle Knoll. Big crash down the back straightaway into turn 3. Oh, my goodness. I think we'll get a good angle here as they go down the back straightaway. You look into the distance, they'll eventually come around. There's Charlie Sears leading the way. But you can see there towards the back, yeah, just Butler or not clear, right up into Knoll. And then he rides the fence, and I guess in real life that camera would be absolutely gone. But man, oh man, a wicked crash here at the Iowa Speedway. Oh my goodness, even breaking the caution lights too. I know that if Jordy Carraher was here, he'd probably have a certain reaction to that, but my gosh. Absolutely unbelievable right there. Well, I mean, Knoll did come down a little bit on the left front. So, oh, might be kind of hard to tell on that one. I guess we might be able to get a good view here. Okay, yeah, maybe it was the other way around, because to be fair, Butler did seem like he was kind of holding his lane, and Knoll may have slid down just a little bit there on the high side. And that's what led to that extraordinary incident in turn 3. And now we'll go back live to him, to Kyle Knoll particularly, on pit road. Jason Butler also in his pit box as well. Both are now 3 laps down. But my goodness. So now we are practically halfway through the first of the Iowa Dart 125s here at Iowa Speedway. Charlie Sears still leading the way. Again, we look at that driver info tab. He's led 57 of the 61. So 57 laps of 57 laps led of the 61 completed so far, or we'll say 58 of 62. And I just got word here from a driver here. Let's see what this is all about. So in communications there with the number 10 of Jason Butler, who says he felt that he held his lane, but he also thinks it might have been a potential netcode issue. And he has 11 minutes of repairs. He is shocked that he is not eliminated from this race. I am as well. I mean, I would imagine Kyle Knoll is for sure. Still not off the timing screen yet as we are back to green as, whoa, no, CD Mangrum in trouble. Andy Hertel around. Or no, sorry, Mangrum's still around. A very wonky start on lap 64 of 125 as the number 1 of CD Mangrum goes around. Also collects the number 7 of Andy Hertel. That's 2 of the 4 drivers in the running for the championship getting together. We're going to have to go right back to the replays now. Oh my gosh. So ticker off. Ensue the replay if it goes fast enough. Yeah, he just kind of lost it. Hertel into the wall. Oh, and it was Hunter Young, I think, may have gotten hit on the back end from the back there by Mike Marini. So and looking at behind-the-scenes chats here on the earlier incident, it appears Kyle Knoll has taken full responsibility for that incident. So again, with CD Mangrum, just a odd situation there. Something to do with the shifting, just spinning the tires right there. I mean, goes around and contact from behind. Not ideal whatsoever. So we'll get back to live action here at Iowa Speedway. A couple cars looks like headed down pit road there. Lights still on. Let me see here who has pitted recently. Hunter Young and Andy Hertel have pitted under this caution period. Meanwhile, everyone else pitted under the last one before the restart we just had. It looks as though on the timing screen, Jason Butler is out. Again, it says on the timing screen. But there are drivers in past races that have done that, and then it popped up later on out of nowhere just to at least try and gain some extra points. Meanwhile, Kyle Knoll, after being upside down and riding the fence, is somehow still in his pit box. I mean, if we talk about the pit stop times, I guess he's trying to set a Guinness World Record or something. That's the way Jordy Carraher likes to see it or say it, however you want to put it. But anyways, Charlie Sears still leading the way. Pace car lights are still on. Race summary, 3 cautions, 13 laps under caution, 1 lead change, 2 different leaders. Mike Marini still with the fastest lap. He actually improved upon it with a 18.684 on lap 53. So pretty recently, as a matter of fact. Good on him. He currently sits in the 6th position looking for a top 5. Looking at the weather info, it looks like... Give me a sec. That's much better. Nice to have a little bit of a hydration break right there. Very minor one, but 38 degrees Celsius track temperature. It has gotten a little cooler. Not by much, though. I mean, that's only 3 degrees from what we checked earlier. And it feels nice to know, too, that my voice is relatively back to normal here for commentary. I remember having to do 2 games of commentary for the Holland College Hurricanes women's hockey team, and my voice was absolutely destroyed. I was under the weather with sore throat, coughing, blabbing, all blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to go into any more details of that, obviously. But nice to be feeling better here, and nice to have a nice consistent voice going at it here. Sounds like the high-pitch stuff still might be a little clogged, obviously. Again, I could have reacted way worse whenever Kyle Knoll and Jason Butler showed themselves crashing hard. But so far, so good. If you're tuned into this live production here thus far, it'll be 10 people watching. If you are a fan tuned in or a family member of a driver, a friend, maybe you're a representative of one of our sponsors, our partnerships, feel free to shout out yourself or a driver or a sponsor in the chat. We love to get some engagement from everyone that does tune into these live productions of Canadian E-Motorsports Network racing action here on iRacing. But with all that being said, pace car lights are off. We're going to get back to green, and we're going to, you know what, maybe this time around. There we go. I'll get the Barney waving the green flag. At least I assume that might be Barney there. Everyone entering through turns 1 and 2 on lap 70 of 125. Some side-by-side action going on towards the back between Hunter Young and C.D. Mangrum. Up here, Charlie Sears pulling away. Here comes Corbin McCauley for the 2nd position. He's looking to finally move his way up, and he will on the inside, sliding up towards the middle, however. Towards the high side, actually. That's going to give Higginbottom some momentum off of turn 2. He's going to dive down to the inside. McCauley staying up high. The 17 going to remain in front up to the 2nd position. He's going to charge after the number 32 of Charlie Sears. McCauley looking to earn back-to-back oval victories after becoming the first annual Milwaukee Mile 125 winner. Higginbottom still going at it against him down on the inside. Oh, and the 97 into the outside wall with both right side tires there. We got some battles brewing back here as well as Darcy Ford actually charging his way up now into the 8th position, or I guess 9th now, as CD Mangrum's going to overtake him on the high side. How the hell is Kyle Knoll still going in his pit box there? Oh, would you look at this? The battle for the lead. Potential battle for the lead brewing here. Sears versus McCauley. Even Ty Higginbottom might try to catch up as well. So we'll see how this goes here. Just past halfway through this Iowa 125, lap 74 of 125. Hunter Young and Darcy Ford going at it back here for the 9th position. Knowing the battles that are going on towards the back of the field, I'm actually terrified to even get away from what's going on up here because, again, the 17 is charging for the race lead against the number 32 again. McCauley, in that interview that we had with him back in Milwaukee and also just other talks, again, literally, he's on the other side of my wall here. I guess, quote-unquote, in the broadcast booth, but literally here at home, he is on the other side of my wall. But in the conversations that we've had, he has clearly been having difficulties transitioning from NASCAR to dart racing. Going from the NASCAR Next Gen to the Dallara IR01 between the road courses, street circuits, and the ovals. But no, McCauley is like raw speed, raw talent, has been proven. He's fast, just needs a little bit more luck and maybe a little bit more patience, and he certainly proved that back at Milwaukee with pretty much pure dominance. I believe it was in the second half of the race. Meanwhile, he's battling up against the points leader here. Again, McCauley is 10th in points. Because, again, McCauley, I think, only has, like, 6 starts, I think, this season, from what I can recall. Something like that. Yeah, it was Road America, actually. Yeah, it was last week that he missed due to some personal stuff going on there. So glad to have him back. But an interesting battle going on here as we're going to be approaching what looks to be mathematically about 45 laps to go in the Iowa 125 number 1, if that's the way we put it, knowing what that literally is what is up there on the ticker. But Sears and McCauley still going at it. Sears remaining up towards the middle and high grooves. McCauley down on the low side. And we got a bunch of cars kind of almost in a single file pack going on here. We got a battle brewing for the 3rd position as well between Dylan Bahm and Ty Higginbottom. Baum still holding the momentum up on the high side. Higginbottom trying to use the inside. Jose Mercado, Andy Hertel, and Mike Marini going at it back here as well for the 6th position. Here comes Andy Hertel down to the inside of the number 9. Hertel is going to barely clear the way, but Mercado is going to cross him over to the inside down the back straightaway. Try to take him back. Hertel going to hold the momentum off the corner there. Sears and McCauley still going at it, separated by about 2/10 right there. Looks like the number 32 has gained a slightly bigger advantage here thus far with that middle groove. McCauley trying to use the inside. Not really working now anymore. Now look at this. Andy Hertel rushing up after qualifying. I believe it was just outside the top 10. Now he's making his way up into the top 5. He's battling side by side. Or he's going to clear Ty Higginbottom. Jose Mercado now down to the inside of the number 97. Oh, Mercado's going to slide up, almost get into the left quarter, the left rear tire of Higginbottom. Mike Marini trying to charge up and take advantage of what's going on there in front of him. Pretty much back to single file now as Andy Hertel's up to 4th. He's now going to join Dylan Bahm here and maybe even at some point Charlie Sears and try to gain some points in this championship battle that we have going on here within the Canadian Motorsports Network Dart Series on iRacing for Season 2. Almost a 3-car battle going on here for the bottom of the top 5. Higginbottom, Mercado side by side. Mercado trying to use that inside. He actually was able to kind of keep it side by side. Oh, there's contact! And a big save by Higginbottom, but Mercado into the outside wall. Oh, Darcy Ford gets loose down low. He keeps it straight, saves the car. No caution. A lot of stuff just happened right there. So we're going to have to take a look at the replay of what just happened there. So here they are going through turns 3 and 4. Get the drone cam going here. Actually, the chopper makes more sense. Yeah, Mercado completely dove it down to the left rear of Higginbottom, and that actually caused him to experience the worst of it. And then Darcy Ford, trying to slow down or something, got loose down on the apron through the turns there. Not ideal for the 9 of Jose Mercado, who makes his way down pit road. Here on lap 90 at 125, Sears still leading the way by about half a second over Corbin McCauley. Dylan Bahm still third, Andy Hertel fourth, CD Mangrum fifth. So because of what just happened there is kind of now separations going on towards the middle of the field. But again, everyone else up front here still remaining. Still, you know, there is still separations going on and such. Battle brewing here for the 5th position as CD Mangrum and Mike Marini are going at it here. We got the number 1, and then we got another number 1, but you add a number 2 to the end. 1 and 12 here on lap 95 of 125. So this race is winding down. Looks to be 30 laps to go now in the first of the 2 Iowa Dart 125s for the Canadian Motorsports Network. As Mike Marini had a couple of technical moments right there. Charlie Sears still leading the way, and Jason Butler not DNF'd. He has made his way back into the race. He'll go another lap down here, though, now 27 laps down, as Kyle Knoll looks like he's going to officially DNF out of the race. By the way, that also means did not finish, for those that may be unfamiliar with that. Might as well shout the abbreviation there as Jason Butler gets into the outside wall off of turn 2. Butler just trying to gain as many points as he possibly can. Jose Mercado still in his pit box at 8 laps down. Darcy Ford has fallen back as a result of his spin and then save after the Mercado and Higginbottom incident. Charlie Sears quickly approaching him. Meanwhile, we might have a battle potentially brewing here for the 2nd position as Dylan Bahm is trying to catch up to Corbin McCauley. Again, these two have gotten together a couple times this season. Remember the battle that we had back at Barber Motorsports Park. One of the more fantastic battles we've seen here this season. Both of them DNFing at Long Beach. Trying to think of other races that come to mind. I don't think I can, but I do remember Barber, that's for sure. I know that early in the season, these two, Baum first, McCauley second back at Barber, and their battle in the first, 10 to 15 laps was absolutely wild for the race lead. And then at Long Beach, both drivers crashing out, so yikes. McCauley just under a second back. Andy Hertel still charging his way up through the field after starting low in the field. He's now up to the 4th position, so a hell of a charge from him thus far. Again, Hertel. Actually, let me see here. Actually, it looks like he's 1 point back of CD Mangrum for the 3rd position there. So yes, Andy Hertel currently sitting in 4th. He finished 3rd at the Grand Prix at Road America last week. Yet again, another podium finish for him. CD Mangrum also has been getting some podium finishes as of recently, so no wonder, again, the consistency from those two guys. They still haven't won a race yet, but those two are just... You know what? There could be I wouldn't even argue against a case where, let's say Charlie Sears, he might win this one tonight, but if there's cases within the next couple races, or even the other 125 that we have here tonight at Iowa, the second one, like, who knows? Sears could maybe be a winner and a DNF or all over again, just like he kind of has that pattern over this season thus far. That versus consistency from guys like Mangrum and Hertel, it could really make things interesting when we get to the season finale at Laguna Seca just before the Christmas break. But yeah, I mean, again, with Andy Hertel, too, we actually, heading into this, I mean, he could have had a win heading into tonight, though, because, again, back at the Indy 250, him and Dylan Bahm going at it for the lead on the final lap. Both were just switching at it. Just a bunch of drivers were going at it. A bunch of lead changes in that one. And then final lap, final corner, Dylan Bahm gets into Andy Hertel. Both go spinning, and then Darcy Ford with an absolute upset, but also one that was a long time coming in him earning his first ever Indy 250, earning his first ever Indy 250 trophy. And drinking the virtual milk. So not too shabby there. Looks like the number 17, Corbin McCauley, might be ever so slightly catching back up to Charlie Sears. Dylan Bahm might even try to join in on the battle here, as we are at, I believe, almost 15 laps to go in this first twin race. I also mentioned earlier, too, for those that are tuned in, feel free to also shout out a driver that you're cheering on. I mean, maybe make your pick right now unless we get a caution. Is it going to be Sears? Is it going to be McCauley? Is it going to be Bahm? Are we going to have a caution? Will Andy Hertel, CD Mangrum, or even Mike Marini pounce? Because, again, I would even pay attention to an underdog like Marini. If we get a caution or a bunch of these guys get together, well, actually, I guess technically that would mean a caution. Anyways, if a bunch of guys get together, Mike Marini is waiting to pounce. And as a matter of fact as well, he'll be looking to pounce on CD Mangrum for the 5th position, try to earn a top 5. Looking at Mike Marini's statistics thus far, Marini has 3 top 5s actually. He's gotten 2 top 5 finishes in a row at Belle Isle and Road America. He also got one back at Mosport, Canadian Tire, Motorsports Park. So he's been finishing in the top 10 every single race. Best finish, a 4th at Detroit. So we'll see what happens there. Oh, actually, maybe, I don't know about a battle for the lead, but it looks like there's one for second for sure, as McCauley and Bahm getting closer and closer with each other. Bahm trying to use that high groove like he's been using all race. McCauley using the middle. Oh, McCauley's actually going to use the high side this time. Bahm more towards the middle. Interesting call right there from the 17. I don't know if Bahm might have actually tapped the outside wall on the last lap there, the previous lap. As, can't tell who that is. Oh, that's Ty Higginbottom actually going a lap down. And again, we remember the incident that happened earlier between him and Mercado, so not ideal for the 97 in the 9th position. McCauley and Bahm almost side by side through turns 1 and 2. McCauley ever so slightly there on Sears, as now we're at 10 laps to go in the first of 2 Iowa Dart 125s here tonight at Iowa Speedway. Charlie Sears still leading the way by about half a second. 3/10, 4/10. The 17 doing everything he can to catch up. Dylan Bahm as well, trying to stay in the mix. But this could come down to the wire here, especially if Sears makes a mistake within the final 8 laps of this Iowa 125. Sears so far en route to his 3rd victory in a row. And that actually, no, that would not be a 3rd pole in the row either, because he started 2nd. Man, if he had gotten the pole, that would have been 3 poles and maybe 3 wins in a row. That would have been absolutely unreal for the number 32, who again has shown dominant speed the entire season, just has had a lot of bad luck when it comes to finishing results. And I mean, again, looking back at Sears' statistics, he's got 5 poles this season. 5. He's got 5 poles, 3 wins, 4 podium finishes, 4 top 5s, 5 top 10s within 8 starts, 3 DNFs. So it's been a very up and down, inconsistent roller coaster of a season for him. But he's looking to change that here including tonight and the past 2 races with potentially 3 wins in a row. 5 laps to go. Oh, the 17 diving it in. Oh, and getting into the outside wall was Hunter Young. He rode along the wall there too. Here comes Macaulay and Bahm trying to make something happen here against the number 32. Might not be enough time, though. 4 laps to go. We might have a battle here for the second position, see who gains a couple more points in that second spot. Will it be the veteran in Corbin Macaulay, the previous oval race winner this season, or will it be the number 3 of Dylan Bahm to the inside? Bahm again with 3 wins this season, all coming in, again, 3 wins within the first 4 races, but then ever since hasn't been able to finish any higher than 8th. So he'll look to at least try and make it back to the line in with a clean car, because that would still be ideal for him to remain up there in the battle for the second annual Greg Moore Cup. 2 laps to go for the number 32 of Charlie Sears. It looks like there won't be enough time for the 17 or the 3 to catch up. So the 32 might just be on his way to basically sailing to victory here unless he makes a crucial mistake. But here we go. White flag is out. Final lap in the first of the Iowa Dart 125s here tonight, Iowa Speedway, the first annual Iowa 125s. Sears through turn 2, down the back straightaway for the final time, at least in the first race, not tonight. Through turns 3 and 4, it's going to be 3 victories in a row for the number 32 of Charlie Sears. He will win at Iowa Speedway. Macaulay second, Bahm third, Andy Hertel fourth, and it looks like C.D. Mangrum will hold on over Mike Marini for the 5th position. So there's your top 5. Mike Marini 6th. Darcy Ford, it looks like, will be 7th, the first car a lap down. Ty Higginbottom in 8th. Hunter Young 9th. Jason Butler 10th. Jose Mercado actually just came off pit road, and it looks like he'll take the 11th position. Kyle Knoll 12th. Daniel Cudmore 13th. Mark Ouellette in 14th. So how about that for the number 32 of Charlie Sears? 3 victories in a row. How about that? Still go for speed there through the grass down the front stretch. Why not? Trying to back it up here. There we go. We get a bit of a zoomed in angle right there on the number 32 499 Racing Chevrolet of Charlie Sears. Again, the driver from Charlottesville, Virginia. How about that for him? And so with all that being said, Charlie Sears is in a Discord voice chat with me here, so I'll try to ring him in as he gets celebrations done and he decides to absolutely destroy the left rear of his car right there. Or now he just left the chat, so I don't know what's up. I don't know if we're waiting for interviews until after this race or not. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see what happens. So with all that being said, we're going to get a quick 5-minute break here with a timer on, and I will enter the second this other server that we're going to have for the second Iowa 125, so there'll be communications as to when we'll be going green for that and everything. We'll see about, practices, qualifying, racing, all that, blah, blah, blah. So with all that being said, yeah, so interviews will be after the second race. So with all that being said, we will go into a loop just for a little bit, and we will be back to get underway with the second Iowa Dart 125 here tonight at Iowa Speedway. Once again, congratulations to Charlie Sears, the number 32. 3 wins in a row. He wins the first of 2 races tonight. Stay tuned, folks. We will be back. Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen, we are back for more Canadian Motorsports Network Dart Series on iRacing action here live at the virtual Iowa Speedway for the second of the Iowa Dart Twin 125s. Just completed the first one with Charlie Sears earning his third victory in a row this season. So that'll no doubt continue to make him extend his points lead, obviously. Although Dylan Bahm did finish in third place, though, so that should definitely make things interesting. But anyways, it's time to move on into the second twin race. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Iowa Dart 125s, Twin 125s number 2 at night. Yeah, Corbin was telling me there was a little nice addition to the ticker, and yeah, now I get what he meant. Yes, I said earlier. I said earlier, too, I was told that the first race would be under the sun in the afternoon, and now we're racing under the lights, under the moon, the beautiful night sky at Iowa Speedway, so no doubt that'll make things interesting. I might as well check the weather info tab. Yes, it's going to be a way grippier racetrack tonight, 22 degrees track temperature, 22 Celsius compared to earlier. It was a high of, like, I think 41 or something, so absolutely crazy right there. But yes, everybody, the second of the two twin 125s here tonight. Charlie Sears taking the first one. Will he grab a broom and sweep his way to victory once again? And, you know, again, sweep the doubleheader. We'll have to wait and see. Will he do kind of like a Kyle Busch Bristol thing or something? So very shortly we will be getting to qualifying here for the second Twin 125. Unsure of exactly when. Only a couple minutes remain in practice. Might as well put the ticker on so I can actually see. So yeah, only 5 minutes remaining in practice. Only 13 cars entered so far. I know that again from the previous race, Mark Ouellette, who... Yeah, again, Mark Ouellette crashed out in the first race. There was also Daniel Cudmore. Still no sight of him yet. And Jonathan Swainson was initially here, but then he wasn't. So, yeah, now we're seeing behind the scenes. We're trying to get word if Cudmore and Swainson will be here to participate in the second of the two twin races. If you are still here from the first 125, then welcome back to this second one. You all saw how entertaining... Hang on a second. There we go. Let's get this battle going on here. Might as well listen to this stuff going on here. But if you, to those of you that did tune into the first race, you just saw how thrilling that one was. I mean, of course, Charlie Sears pretty much dominating the whole thing. But I mean, hey, there were a couple guys that tried to pounce on him, falling just a little bit short. But we saw a lot of good battles from at least third on back, especially, again, with guys like, let me see. Yeah, and again, trying to remember, like, you know, there was Hertel, Mangrum, Higginbottom were going at it. Mike Marini in there as well. Guys like Hunter Young, Jason Butler, and even Kyle Knoll were going at it. I mean, it kind of ended in unfortunate mishaps for a certain driver, a certain rookie, to say the least. Alrighty then, so practice just came to an end right there. We are now set to get into qualifying here for the second of the Iowa Twin 125s here at the virtual Iowa Speedway. We'll see who gets on the pole this time around. Remember, Ty Higginbottom got the pole in the first race and then unfortunately had to finish ninth because of an incident with Jose Mercado. Looks as though Dylan Bahm so far has the fastest lap in 18.206, and he's going to go for burnouts, even though we still haven't gotten laps from Mangrum or Higginbottom. Actually, Mangrum up to the 5th position. And it looks as though Daniel Cudmore will be participating. It looks like Jonathan Swainson will not be. So Baum's celebrating, but we still don't have a Higginbottom time yet, so I'm just hoping that... There's a part of me that wants to see this get jinxed, and then a part of me that would feel kind of bad. So... But again, until we get the Higginbottom time, at least if we do, so far it's looking like Dylan Bahm, Andy Hertel, and Corbin McCauley will be your qualifying podium for the second Iowa 125 with 2.5 minutes to go in qualifying. Ty Higginbottom puts himself in the 6th position. So Bahm by 34 hundredths of a second will take first. Ty Higginbottom actually moves up to 5th, about 6th 1,000ths behind Charlie Sears. And we'll take the ticker off because okay, come on. There we go, that's much better. Anyways, we will take the ticker off, or we'll take the scoreboard off there, whatever you want to call it. And we'll get to the starting grid later so we can actually be able to mention every driver without practically spoiling it, even though I already just did. Anyways, yeah. So, well, I guess I'll turn it back on quickly here. Yeah, we have about a minute and a half to go. And there you heard the engines get fired up for this twin 125 number 2. And so we'll get to the starting grid here for the second twin. And to begin, we have on the front row the guys that got together at the Indy 250. That is not the professional way to put it. The number 3 Toyota of Dylan Bahm starts first. To his outside with the number 7 Rolls-Royce of Andy Hertel. Starting in third, we have the number 17 Honda Corbin McCauley coming off that runner-up finish in the first twin race. And to his outside, the winner of the first twin race, the number 32 Chevrolet of Charlie Sears. Rounding out the top 5 was the pole sitter of the first twin race, the number 97 Toyota of Ty Higginbottom. And to his outside, we have the number 1 BMW of CD Mangrum. Moving on to the next. That is not what I wanted there. Okay, we're going to pretty much have to restart this one. Give me a second. The number 15 Toyota of Kyle Noble starts 7th. To his outside, the number 12 Audi of Mike Marini. We got the number 64 Rolls-Royce of Darcy Ford in 9th. And rounding at the top 10, the number 9 BMW looking to rebound after an incident in the first twin race, Jose Mercado. Just outside the top 10, we have the number 10 Rolls-Royce of Jason Butler. And to his outside, the number 77 Chevrolet of Hunter Young. And then getting back together once again, the number 80 Chevrolet of Mark Goulette. And the number 2 of Ford of Daniel Cudmore will start in the 13th and 14th positions on the final row. And with all that being said, I have absolutely no idea if we're going to be going green this time or next time. See if the pace car does. Looks like it might be this time. So it's going to be 2 to green. Okay, never mind. It is 1 to green, actually. So it looks like we'll be going green this time by with Dylan Bahm and Andy Hertel leading the field for the second twin 125 behind the iRacing official pace car. Corbin McCauley, Charlie Sears behind them. Ty Higginbottom in 5th. Dylan Bahm looking to improve from third to first tonight. Andy Hertel qualifying a hell of a lot better in this race. Started off a little wonky in the first twin race, but he charged his way up to the 4th position. And he'll look to gain back some ground on the championship battle. But here we go. Pace car is going to roll off. Starter cam is on the go. Here we go. The green flag is waving. We are racing for the second and final time here tonight at the virtual Iowa Speedway. Through turns 1 and 2, Dylan Bahm leading the way, clearing the way. Corbin McCauley, Andy Hertel were side by side through the first 2 turns. Looks like the 17 is going to clear the way as wow, diving it in was Charlie Sears against Andy Hertel. Very close along his rear end. But Dylan Bahm will lead the way to start off. Still pretty close to 17, not too far behind, but 3/10 right there. Side by side, using the outside line, is going to be the number 32 of Charlie Sears. He will take advantage of Hertel as the 7 tries to use the middle groove to get back at him, but that will not work. Back here, we got a couple battles going on. Kyle, oh, whoa. Jason Butler going way down the timing screen and completely disappearing. I have no idea what... Oh, he is... Technical stuff appears to be going on. Yeah, here he is, but he just keeps disappearing on and on, so that is absolutely not ideal. Don't know exactly what's going on with him. He's still going, though, dropping back to 10th right there. Very odd situation going on as Dylan Bahm continues to lead the way by 8/10 over Corbin McCauley. Again, it always flips back and forth, knowing how different grooves each of these different drivers take, how they enter, how they exit, their speed, the momentum carried down the front straightaway, down the straightaways, I should say. Some decent separation between some of these guys up here. Meanwhile, Hertel's still not far behind Sears, although the 32 charged way past him quite fast, and now Sears is going to try and charge his way up to the front. He might have actually tapped the wall there a little bit with the right rear going down the front straightaway. Let's see if there's any other battles brewing towards the back. We got Kyle Noll and Mike Marini close here for the 6th position. Mercado 8th. Ty Higginbottom trying to make his way up from 9th. Butler 10th. Darcy Ford 11th. Hunter Young is 12th. Mark Ouellette 13th. Daniel Cudmore back here in 14th. But it's the number 3 at Dylan Bahm looking to earn his 4th win of the season. He hasn't won since October 24th, so this would be just over it's been just over a month since he's visited Victory Lane here within the Canadian Motorsports Network Dart Series on iRacing. Although again, like, he qualified 2nd in the Indy 250, crashed out in the final corner, qualified on the pole at Milwaukee, and then crashed out early with Charlie Sears. Qualified 5th in Detroit, and then crashed out there too. Road America, he started 2nd, qualified 2nd, then he finished only 9th. He was still able to run by the end, though. I think something early happened, if I recall correctly. Almost 3 wide racing going on up back here towards the back of the field. Jose Mercado in 9th. Jason Butler, Hunter Young, and Darcy Ford all going out of here for the 10th position on lap 11 of 125. Very close action right there between Jose Mercado and Jason Butler for the 9th position. Hunter Young diving it down to the inside. Not much going to happen there, as Butler's going to have plenty more momentum off the corner. Dylan Bahm still leading the way. I mean, we literally look at the rear chase cam, and I mean, you can literally see it right there. As actually, as a matter of fact, if we go to Macaulay, Charlie Sears is really quickly approaching him for that 2nd spot. Sears wants to make sure there's a broom somewhere around, in the premises, somewhere within the facility, so he can go and visit Victory Lane for the 2nd time here tonight. And again, that would no doubt help him extend his points lead. Which again, knowing that Dylan Bahm, knowing that heading into the first twin race, Sears was 1 point ahead of Bahm. Sears finished 1st. Bahm finished 3rd, so still kind of close. But so far here, it seems like a flip. Again, it's still early, but so far it's a flip. So that could really make things interesting with the points, whether it's at 1 point, 2, 3 points separating them. We'll have to wait and see. Again, there's also extra points to be accounted for, including, again, let's go to one of these races, for example. Like, if you lead 1 or more laps, if you get the pole, if you lead the most laps. I mean, Charlie Sears gained an extra 2 points in the first twin race for leading the most laps, and he also led 1 or more laps. Ty Higginbottom got an extra point for the pole position. Ty Higginbottom also led 1 or more laps. So actually, that would be another extra point there for him as well. Jason Butler still seems to be having some technical issues there as he keeps popping in and out of the screen. As Charlie Sears diving it down to the inside of Corbin Macaulay through turns 3 and 4. Obviously, the 17 with the much bigger advantage, exiting through the middle grooves. He's been very consistent there all night long, or all day and all night long, however you want to put it. So a 1.5 seconds separating Bahm and Macaulay, or at least it's in between a 1 and a 1.5 seconds. That's probably the fair way to put it here. Andy Hertel still hanging on for 4th. C.D. Mangrum 5th. Kyle Noll 6th. Mike Marini 7th. Ty Higginbottom back in 8th. Trying to maybe take the Andy Hertel train from the first race. Qualifying a little... He only qualified 6th and then was as far back as like 9th or 10th, and now trying to charge his way back up. Jason Butler 9th, Jose Mercado 10th. Oh, we got a 3-car battle going on here for the bottom of the top 10. It's Mercado, Young, and Ford all going at it. Ouellette kind of just quietly sneaking in from behind to see if anything happens. Here we go. Oh my gosh, they're very close. High to middle. Oh, and up in the air was the 64 Ford. Oh, and Ouellette up in the air. Almost upside down, hard into the outside wall. Oh, and getting collected was Daniel Cudmore as well. Caution on the speedway. And just more bad luck for Ouellette and Cudmore. 2 races in a row getting collected and stuff. Darcy Ford and Hunter Young make contact there. And another big crash down the back straightaway. Amazing that the 80 didn't flip over. So we'll go to the replay here and see exactly what happened. And yeah, that's... Okay, yeah, that's a little... Yeah, we'll go to this one. The multiple transitions seem so unprofessional, but we're just going to keep it going anyways. So, yeah, Ford slid all the way up into Young, and then BAM! Ouellette basically trying to use him as like a launcher. I mean, yes, we're under the lights. Go for the moon. But that's certainly not the way to shoot for the stars. That's for sure. Oh my gosh, that looks so weird, but we're just going to have to deal with it. So we'll get the far chase cam and see, get kind of an idea of what Ouellette went through right there. Just, my goodness. And even then, like, all that air somehow didn't flip, and then he went hard head on into the outside wall. Just an absolutely wicked wreck right there. Yeah, this will give us something. My goodness. Wonder if Darcy Ford might have gotten a good angle of that. Oh my gosh! And then Daniel Cudmore, nowhere to go. He kind of tapped him on the left side, the left front. But, oh my gosh. Oh, another 2 races in a row. A wicked crash down the back straightaway into turns 3 and into turn 3. My goodness. So we had Kyle Knoll flip, or there was a tire contact. He flipped up into the air. It was almost like a Robert Wickens Pocono style crash. Yeah, we literally go to Pocono next week, so that doesn't help. A Robert Wickens Pocono style crash there where he rode the fence. Well, I mean, you can't ride the fence in real life. Your car would be shredded. But thankfully, virtually, you can ride instead of destroying your car, quote unquote. But, and then in this race, we have Marc Ouellette trying to shoot for the moon. Not in the most ideal way. And just got absolute air on that one. Darcy Ford got a wicked angle of that one. Oh my gosh. So we're going to be approaching lap 27 of 125 here with Corbin McCauley actually leading the way as a matter of fact. Okay, I see what's up here. A lot of cars took pit stops under the caution period. Meanwhile, Corbin did not. So McCauley might be going for a potential different strategy here. Again, Sears was able to take advantage in the first twin with. Again, I was suggested it could have been clean. It could be clean air, something like that. But it'll be interesting to see how things shake up as the rest of this race goes on. I mean, we still have under 100 laps to go. But the number 17 leading the way, looking to earn his second oval victory within, again, if we count tonight, we count the earlier Twin 125, the first race, and then we do Milwaukee. If he wins tonight, that's 2 oval victories within 3 oval races. So 17 could try and, well, they'll try to make that happen. But Dylan Bahm and Charlie Sears, 2 rookies within the Canadian Motorsports Network and the Darts Series, or in the Darts Series. Sears is the Canadian Motorsports Network rookie. Those 2 will be charging at the veteran. And again, the number 17 is another guy who, yes, he is a veteran, but he only participated in only so many races last season for the Darts Series, and he never was able to collect a win. Finally was able to this season, so it's definitely given him some momentum. Although it did not help that he missed Road America last week, but again, though, that was out of his control, of course. So it is what it is there. But McCauley, Bahm, Sears, Mangrum, and Hertel, your top 5. Kyle Noll been charging his way up to 6th, looking to rebound after that humongous crash in the first race. We just saw another one here in the second race. McCauley gets the jump on the restart there. Green flag waving. He leads the way into turns 1 and 2. We'll see if anyone tries to take advantage of potential side-by-side racing here. Doesn't look like it so far. The number 3 trying to use more of a higher groove there to maybe gain some momentum on the 17. Sears will be approaching as well. Here we got a side-by-side battle for the 5th position. That's Kyle Noll versus Andy Hertel. Oh, whoa, into the outside wall. Down the back straightaway was the number 12 of Mike Marini. That may have given him some damage right there, no doubt. Not ideal. Noll dives it down to the inside, down the front straightaway. He's going to dive it through turns 1 and 2. Andy Hertel going to try to do the crossover down low. Noll ever so slightly clear. Not anymore. Hertel's still going to dive down low to the inside. Also, battle up here. Oh, we got 2 battles going on. Oh, my gosh. We're going to have to stick to this camera right here. Oh, no! Oh, and into the wall goes Andy Hertel. The green flag's still out on lap 32, but he's slow on the track, trying to get to the inside, and he's going to stop the car. Right front tire definitely looks damaged there as he's going to disappear and get towed to pit road, quote-unquote. Not ideal for the number 7, who, again, we saw in that first twin, 125. Again, I think he, if I recall correctly, qualified somewhere in between about 9th and 11th, somewhere in that range. Just inside or just outside the top 10. Charges way up to 4th. And now here, he qualified 2nd. And now he's going to be in his pit box for a long time, as that is going to help. That's going to certainly help some guys here in like Sears, Mangrum, Higginbottom, of course. So McCauley first, Bahm second, Sears is third, Mangrum quickly approaching for that 3rd position, trying to use the high to middle groove. Bit of low there too. Mike Marini going to take the 5th position and look to earn no, I had something else in mind there. Ty Higginbottom in 6th. Jason Butler up to 7th. Not too shabby for him. Jose Mercado back in 8th. Hunter Young 9th. Kyle Noll all the way back to 10th. Daniel Cudmore 12 laps down, still in his pit box. Andy Hertel looks as though he might be out of the race because he has disappeared off the timing screen, or at least has been covered in a certain shade. I don't know how to perfectly describe it, but he's there, but he's darker than everyone else. But anyways, it's pretty much a battle now between the 17 and the 3 going for this one. McCauley looking for his 2nd win of the season. 2nd win within 3 oval races, if we do not include road courses and street circuits. Dylan Bahm looking for his 4th win of the season. Again, he hasn't won in over a month now. Lap 41 now, if we look at the race summary here thus far. 1 caution, 4 laps under caution, 1 lead change, 2 different leaders. Corbin McCauley with the fastest lap so far with an 18.095 on lap 40, 176 miles per hour. Let's look at the weather info tab quickly. I think the track temperature only dropped by like a degree. Overcast conditions under the lights, almost 70% humidity. Wind speed over 10 kilometers per hour to the south. Again, driver info tab here. Corbin McCauley has led 18 laps thus far. Again, tire compound should be hard, not soft. All oval races require a hard tire compound. It's iRacing's good old visual issue still going on. Would be appreciated to have that fixed before the end of the season, to at least have one race that actually is realistic. It's correct. It's accurate. Especially whenever we get to the, especially again to the season finale being at Laguna Seca, however you say that. Laguna Seca, I think it is. But yeah, when we get there, again, that's going to be a road course. So we'd certainly need to have the tire compounds actually be accurate there. But again, McCauley's led 21 of 44 laps so far. Dylan Bahm at 23, so McCauley will lead more than him within a couple laps. So 9 cars left on the lead lap as Kyle Knoll is now in his pit box at 7 laps down. I'm unsure if something might have happened with him, or maybe it's trying to fix damage from earlier. I think he might have been involved in the incident with Andy Hertel. Don't know for sure. There's Daniel Cudmore coming out of his pit box, 21 laps down, still trying to salvage some points here. Again, in the points, he is currently in 9th. So, again, with guys like McCauley, Young, Butler, and Knoll really taking advantage of points and good finishes here tonight between the two twin races. Those guys might... I would say McCauley for sure will jump him. I'm not sure about Hunter Young, but I think the number 17, who is 10th, and I believe 11 points back of Cudmore, he certainly is going to jump him after tonight. Again, though, with the hope that he does finish this race too. I mean, again, because of the first race, I'm sure he will, but still. The 17, though, still continues to lead the way by just over a second over Dylan Bahm. Charlie Sears in 3rd, Mangrum 4th, Marini 5th, Higginbottom 6th, Butler in 7th. Jose Mercado in the 8th position. So lap 52 of 125, so I guess we might as well do 53, because by the time I'm done finishing talking here, it's going to be... yeah, he's literally just going to cross the line as I'm saying this stuff, so it appears to be just over 70 laps to go. I think 72 to go in the second Iowa Dart Twin 125 here tonight. Charlie Sears taking the first one. Corbin McCauley looking to take the second one. Looks like the 17 has been adapting a lot more to the grippier track under the lights, or maybe just the fact that in the race with the ticker with the race intro graphic, he added in that little at night thing. So yeah, maybe that'll be him when he goes to take the checkered flag. He'll just be like, "I won at night." So Daniel Cudmore certainly going to take advantage of Andy Hertel, Darcy Ford, and Mark Roulette now being a lap over Hertel. 22 versus 23. And so 22 and 24 now, actually. But that's going to be some decent points, at least for the number 2, who just getting out of the way of some other cars right there. Kyle Knoll's still sitting in his box. Cudmore might actually jump him, and if Knoll doesn't come back out onto the track and Cudmore decides to, he does intend to finish the race, Cudmore could pull off a top 10 still, so that's actually not too shabby. And that's why I personally have that motto when I'm racing. You just, if your car is still able to run and finish, just finish. If you don't finish what you start, then I personally think there's a problem. If what you start, you must finish. That's the way I put it. Unless there's certain things out of your control, whatever you start, you finish. If you start a race and it's a long one and you crash and you have an incident maybe halfway through, you keep going, because any points that you can gain, anything is imaginable, and it's always a good look that you stay committed and you intend to finish no matter the result. That kind of commitment always intrigues people. And I learned that certainly a lot whenever working through the local regional racing scene here in Atlanta, Canada with Oyster Bed Speedway and the Super Late Models Series. So it's just kind of a life tip there, I guess. It's just whatever you start, you better finish. Again, everyone's lives are different, but just saying. So, yeah, pretty much the only close gap that we really have here, like a notable one, is between McCauley and Bahm, who are only separated by about half a second. It looks like the number 3 has been catching up. Meanwhile, Charlie Sears is 7 seconds back of McCauley, pretty much back of these two guys here. So, Bahm might have had a bit of a wiggle there off of turn 4. Now on lap 61 of 125, 62 as a matter of fact. So, actually now we're a lot faster to the halfway point in comparison to the first twin, but, oh, and there it is, Daniel Cudmore. Kyle Knoll's still in his pit box. Cudmore's going to jump him, so Cudmore into the top 10. Might as well put a top 10 into his statistics. Why the hell not? I mean, there is only 14. There was only 14 entries, but hey, take advantage. But here we go. We might have a battle that is about to brew here. Another rematch, except an oval version of what we saw back at Barber, the Grand Prix of Alabama, between the number 17 of Corbin McCauley versus the number 3 of Dylan Bahm. There's a battle back here. I think Jason Butler just fell back to 8th. Jose Mercado jumps up to 7th. Hunter Young might have tapped the wall there off of turn 2. Oh, we got lap traffic. Actually, yeah, that lap. Those guys are lap traffic to the 17 and the 3, so that will make things interesting. Now on lap 65 of 125. Hey, yeah, Hurricane is leading. Hell yeah, yes, Kang, if that's how you say your name. Appreciate you tuning in. We love that. We love to see that engagement in the chat. Yes, sir. Go Hurricane! Yeah, go Hurricanes! Go. As a broadcaster, I'm not supposed to have that bias, quote unquote, but yes, as a Holland College representative, we're both Holland College students. We're both in programs. I'm journalism. He's computer stuff. Computer networking technology, I think it is. Yes. So, yay for Holland College. But again, though, Dylan Bahm's going to try and deny that. The American for SimlyPro.com team 44 Racing in that yellow and black Toyota. Always a beautiful livery every time it comes out on the track. Very shiny, very bright. Always very noticeable. I mean, it seems to be a thing with the Canadian Motorsports Network. There's always absolutely beautiful liveries, no matter if it's a NASCAR or Dart. Even, I think, in Formula 1 as well. Ty Higginbottom and Mike Marini going at it for the 5th position. The 97 almost sliding up into the 12 there down low. Wow, that was close. And so Marini's going to take advantage and hold on to that 5th position, as meanwhile the top 2 leaders making their way through lap traffic. The 17 still leading the way. Bahm has to go 3 wide middle as Cudmore gets out of the way. Jose Mercado still trying to hang on to his car. Bahm getting very close with him. Very close. On lap 71 of 125. Bahm's going to get past Mercado. So Mercado's going to go a lap down. Only 6 cars now remain on the lead lap. Higginbottom just exiting off of turn 2. McCauley now exiting off. He is right there in his vision. Kind of is. Now, sort of now is, yes. And we get the onboard angle here of Dylan Bahm. Really doing a good job with that grip up on the high side. That's going to give him plenty of momentum to catch up to the 17. And if you look at those speeds right there down the straightaways, these cars get up as fast as well over 210, almost 250 miles per hour. Look at those RPMs, almost up in the 20,000 range through the gears. Bahm doing a really good job with that high side grip on lap. Now it's going to be 75. McCauley. Yeah, we might as well get that angle right here now. I mean, if we're going to look at the driver info tab very quickly, yes, his face is going to pop up twice. Maybe this is something I'm not supposed to be doing. But 51 of 74 laps led. Let's try to get some of these different angles that we can get going on here. Might as well stay on this one. But you can really hear these Dollar IRO ones really going fast here at the virtual Iowa Speedway. The number 3 is slightly catching up to the 17, so we will get off the onboard once Bahm starts to approach a little bit quicker. Jason Butler back there in the background in the 9th position, 4 laps down. And there's Mike Marini. If we look in behind him, the top 2 are quickly catching up there on the high side. Might as well take the onboard tab off and we can get back to these regular angles because it looks like we might have a battle brewing here for what could be the battle for the win for the second Iowa Dart Twin 125 here tonight. Charlie Sears, the winner of the first one, still back in the 3rd position at almost 11 seconds back. Marini going to drop down low to the inside, down the front straightaway. Good on him to let the 17 and also the 3 by as well. Oh, as a matter of fact, actually a battle for the 3rd position here between Sears and Mangrum. Mangrum trying to pounce. He's going to get past the 32 into the 3rd position. He's looking to earn himself a podium finish here. Yet another one within the past, maybe another one within, including tonight, it'd be within the past couple of races. Including tonight, yes. I guess I managed to say that kind of right. Anyways. 17 and 3 still close. This might be pretty much the battle that we're going to be seeing here for the remainder of this race unless we get a series of cautions. Just have to wait and see. Still, again, they're set on average. They're separated by about in between 2 and 3 tenths. Bahm just got as close as to a tenth. Actually, he's really gaining on the 17, really trying to use that high groove. McCauley a little bit more towards the middle. Look at the momentum from the 3 car. He's going to dive it down low, side by side. Nope, never mind. Actually, it was for a moment, and then Bahm completely killed the momentum with the inside line attempt there. Now back to almost 3 tenths back. So, again, Bahm really trying to use that high side, but again, whenever he had caught up, the inside line was the only one open. McCauley's been doing a good job of keeping that high side blocked, especially down the straightaways. Because, again, that will only help to Bahm diving down low and then losing all the momentum off a corner exit. Bahm has both drivers showing off really good grip, especially the number 3, but, again, just needs to find somewhere where he can maybe barely squeeze in on the high side of McCauley through one of the corners. There is time, in a way. And would you look at this, Charlie Sears actually starting to fall back here. And actually, as a matter of fact, he's about to get lapped here. And remember back, too, at Detroit, Sears lapped the whole field. And now he's about to get lapped here at Iowa. Whoa, my goodness, very close action right there between the 17 and the 32. That might help the 3 out a little bit. But would you look at that? McCauley and Bahm lapping Charlie Sears. That is quite the storyline there. Oh, here we go. Side by side through turns 1 and 2. The 3 still holding some momentum. He's going to dive it or shift it back up to the high side. Again, there's still plenty of time for things to go on, but Bahm, again, he's an aggressive guy. He is always hungry for wins. We saw how aggressive he was back during Season 4 of the NASCAR Series. Again, diving down to the inside. He has shown some aggressiveness, too, here within Season 2 of the Dart Series on iRacing. Again, this guy, first full-time stock car season and then the first-time open-wheel season here. He is known to be feisty and absolutely hungry for every little opportunity that he can possibly gain, every little advantage that he can possibly gain in any race. And we absolutely love to have those kind of drivers here within the Canadian eMotorsports Network. Always a pleasure to watch these different kind of diverse skill sets, mindsets just going at it. That's what makes the drivers within the network in the series just so talented. Lap 92 of 125. Yes, that would be. Again, Bahm's still trying to find an opening up high, but he's been having to just deal with going down low. And it also looks as though any time he's good up high, he'll end up running into the back of the 17. Again, the 3 still trying to dive it in through the middle, in between the middle and low grooves. Oh, the 17 actually messed up, so that's actually going to give the 3 the advantage there. Dylan Bahm going to clear the way for the race lead. Oh, as a matter of fact, actually, that's because the 17 has to come down pit road, so green flag pit stops going on here. I know that there was one other car. There was one other car that I think came down pit road at some point. I'm not sure who. I think we can look at laps since last pit to get an idea. I think it was Mike Marini. Daniel Cudmore pitted 2 laps ago. So did Marini. Both of them pitted 2 laps ago. But McCauley and Sears making their way down that pit lane. McCauley with a 6.67. Fingers crossed there's no speeding penalty. Looks like there's not. So then we look at Charlie Sears in his pit box. He's going to get a little slower there, 6.95, almost 7 seconds. So actually, that might have made quite the difference there, honestly. And so the 17, 1 lap down, will settle into the 4th position for the time being. Dylan Bahm still leading the way. C.D. Mangrum, Ty Higginbottom in 2nd and 3rd. Oh, wow, close action right there between Jose Mercado and Ty Higginbottom down the back straightaway. Very close call right there. Jose Mercado being aggressive. And I think it might be because he does not want to come down pit road just yet. He decided to back off and go 2 laps down in comparison to Higginbottom. Dylan Bahm still leading the way. He's about to lap C.D. Mangrum unless he decides to come out of pit road. He will this time. He dives it down to the apron. He'll make his way on to pit road as we are quickly approaching 25 laps to go in this race. This race has gone by a lot quicker. Jose Mercado at 2 laps down is going to also come down pit road as well. Mercado with a 6.81, Bahm with a 6.88, so McCauley actually with the fastest pit stop time out of everyone that I can tell so far. So that could really make things interesting here. C.D. Mangrum still leading the way by almost a 1.5 seconds over Ty Higginbottom. McCauley in the 3rd position, so when Mangrum and Higginbottom pit, then, yeah, McCauley is actually going to be... yeah, well over 2 seconds ahead of Dylan Bahm. They're separated by almost the entire front straightaway. So, with Mangrum, I imagine when Mangrum goes to pit, again, he hasn't pitted in 78 laps, which I assume that was when the last caution period was. Unless Mangrum maybe decides to keep the car out and maybe see if he can gamble. But again, that might be a fuel issue. Again, we'll have to wait and see what happens. Maybe the 97 has a trick up his sleeve too, because again, 1.5 seconds behind Mangrum. So McCauley and Bahm separated by... again, almost 2 seconds there. Charlie Sears in 5th at 2 laps down. There's no car at 1 lap down. It's 3 cars at 2, 2 at 3, and then Daniel Cudmore still alive in this race, still wanting to at least add a top 10 to his resume. As it seemed like the timing screen had something happen there almost, but no, that is not correct. So again, still waiting to see if Mangrum and Higginbottom will gamble, or if Fuel is just going to straight up going to have to make them come to pit road. Again, we'll have to wait and see. Whoa, who was, yeah, that'd be the 77, Hunter Young, who might have just had an issue right there. Actually, as a matter of fact, in front of the 17, but he's going to fall back because the 17 has, I would imagine, way fresher tires. Meanwhile, Ty Higginbottom or Mangrum and, yeah, CD Mangrum and Ty Higginbottom, I am starting to yawn. Mangrum and Higginbottom are starting to get a little closer here for the race lead, with 15 laps to go. Again, I'm really wondering if they might be able to pull off a gamble here. So yeah, a bit of behind-the-scenes communications there. There is some speculation that a gamble could happen. I mean, again, if we look at the laps since last pit, Mangrum and Higginbottom are still at 88. And I think I was, told that Macaulay or someone went like 80 laps or something. They went on like an 80-lap run or something like that. I mean, I think I recall that even, too. So there is a chance of a gamble. But again, Macaulay is getting ever so closer to make. I mean, again, yeah, it makes sense to try and go for the gamble here because, I mean, coming to 10 laps to go, and everyone fifth on back is 2 laps down, so it's pretty much a guaranteed finish within the top 4 for Mangrum and Higginbottom. So this could definitely make things interesting here if a gamble does work. But man, it's going to be so close. The 17 and the 3 are charging after the 1 and the 97, so this could be close if the top 2 don't have to pit. A second separating Mangrum and Higginbottom. Mangrum looking for his first career Dart Series victory. 5 seconds ahead of Corbin Macaulay now with 8 laps to go. Macaulay just now coming off of turn 4. Oh my gosh, 8 laps to go. This is going to get interesting. And Higginbottom actually, as a matter of fact, Higginbottom is getting somewhat closer to Mangrum. I don't know if it's going to be enough time, but it might very well look like the number 1 will be able to pull off the gamble. But it's still hard to it's still a little early to tell. Again, a little, even though the laps are winding down so fast. So down the back straightaway with 6 laps to go. Here comes the 97 of Ty Higginbottom. We might get a battle brewing here, but Macaulay and Bahm are also quickly approaching. We could get a 4-car battle here for the win if the 17 and 3 can catch up. Right now it's only 2 cars. It's the 1 and the 97. And again, trying to remember last season's schedule. Trying to see if this will load for me. Again, Mangrum still as yet to win a race himself. I'm wondering about Ty Higginbottom, though. With 4 laps to go, Higginbottom is right there. Some very close action going on there. No. As a matter of fact, neither Mangrum or Higginbottom has yet won a race. So this is certainly going to be interesting here, side by side. But here comes the 17 quickly approaching against both of them. He's going to try and pounce on each of them with 2 laps to go. And indeed, he's going to get past the both of them. The white flag is out. That's going to be massive heartbreak for the 97 and the 3. or in the 97, the 1. Mangrum drops back to 4th now. Bahm going to jump up to 3rd. Will he try to go for 2nd? But coming off a turn 4, the 2nd Iowa Dar 125 twin race will go to the 17 of Corbin McCauley, his 2nd win of the season. Higginbottom will hang on for 2nd. Dylan Bahm 3rd. C.D. Mangrum 4th. Charlie Sears will come around 1 lap down to take the checker flag, and although he won't win this one, he will still hang on for a top 5 finish. Not too bad for him. Still able to finish the race. That's what matters the most. Mike Marini 6th. Jose Mercado 7th. Hunter Young in 8th. Jason Butler 9th. And Daniel Cudmore will round out the top 10. He committed to staying in this race. Look at the fireworks going on over there. In turns 3 and 4 there. And there's the 17 celebrating in the grass on the front straightaway. How about that? 2 oval wins. 2 wins within a Gloom tonight, the last 3 oval races. Not too bad for the 17, who will no doubt, I know for a fact, he'll be jumping Daniel Cudmore in the standings, and maybe even, I don't know about Mike Marini, even Jose Mercado, he might jump his way up. That's for sure. Again, McCauley's still just over 100, or actually, I think it'd be about more like around the 90-point-ish, 85 to 90-point-ish range behind the points leader, at least heading into tonight in Charlie Sears, which, again, we still have to find out whether or not we will be finding out whether or not, in that case, tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon, about whether or not Sears will still be able to hang on to the points lead, because, again, he finished in the first twin race, he finished 1st, Bahm finished 3rd. Bahm finished 3rd and Sears finished 5th tonight, but we also have to take into account some extra points, so I would imagine Sears will probably climb a few points, but the championship battle is still going to be absolutely heated. And with all that being said, here are the unofficial results. I completely missed out on them in the first race, even though I did pretty much say how the field finished in the first race anyways, but let's just do it anyways, just so it's done. The winner, number 17, Hurricanes E-Motorsports Honda of Corbin McCauley, earning his 2nd career victory within the Dart Series, 2nd win of the season. Ty Higginbottom, Dylan Bahm round out the podium. C.D. Mangrum, final car on the lead lap. Charlie Sears rounds out the top 5. Marini, Mercado, Young, Butler, and Cudmore rounding out the top 10. Kyle Knoll, Andy Hertel, Darcy Ford, and Mark Ouellette will round out the field, or put Ouellette over Ford, because that damn number glitch happened there again. So, with all that being said, I'm going to try and see here. We're going to, as a matter of fact, in this voice chat here, I have both Charlie Sears and Corbin McCauley, so we'll see. Again, McCauley's car is out here, but Sears wants to talk too, so we'll see how this goes. See, I've got the both of them in here, but we're going to be starting with Charlie Sears earning the win in the first twin race here tonight. Charlie, yet again another dominant performance by you. That's 3 wins in a row for you. Remind me again about the ovals. Is this your first one, or have you already won another one? Just refresh my memory.
I don't believe I've won an oval. I'm not particularly good at the ovals. Something about the high heat here and just being a short oval track with this tight setup worked really well for me in that first race. Obviously, the second race, Corbin just running away with it. I got lapped there, so it's quite the difference.
I mean, you came out with a win in one of them. You still came out with a top 5 in the second race overall. So the main question I want to ask you is the fact that you after you won the pole at Barber, and then you didn't even make the first corner because of an incident there, obviously. And
Yeah.
yes, and you were at like the bottom of the standings after that first race, and then heading into tonight, you made your way all the way up to the top, especially taking advantage of some recent misfortune, obviously, at least before tonight, with Dylan Bahm. So now, again, with this win tonight and the fifth place finish as well, there's still going to be a battle brewing, no doubt, but I imagine some of those extra points that you gained tonight is certainly going to help you heading into Pocono next week. But just talk about just the journey overall from the bottom to the top, and the fact that you're able to get 3 wins in a row. You were able to get a win on an oval nonetheless, and just again, talk about your night overall and just yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like the famous Canadian Drake said best, we started from the bottom and now we're here. It's, it's been a great series just coming back. It was an unfortunate incident heading into turn one at Barber, and then just trying to kind of fight back. Had a few unfortunate incidents since then, and like I said last time we talked, it's been my goal to just kind of finish a race. Like, as long as I'm getting good points, pull the Scott Dixon. I don't need to win races. I need to finish races and finish reasonably well, and it'll turn out well. But it's it's not easy. There's tough competition. Like, it's been a great series, and I don't know where the points land after this, but I think Dylan may have the lead again after this with that 5th place finish. Even though I took first in the first race. But I'm excited for the next 2 races. The ovals have always been a challenge. The road races have been challenging, I guess, from a finishing perspective. But the 2 street courses, those I have an affinity for them. So that went well and helped me out overall. But I don't know. It's exciting going into the last 3 races of the series. I don't like that there's 2 ovals, because I could do better on a road course, and Laguna Seca always has something to throw out there. So again, it's just I'd like to finish well, and we'll see where it plays out. It's been exciting through and through.
I mean, yeah, knowing too, I think Corbin might be a better person to explain this one in particular, but the fact that we're going to Pocono of all tracks next week, and there's going to be that update that same race day in the morning. iRacing is going to have an update, which could very well change the way the oval racing works. And I think
that's true.
The way
I forgot about that.
The way Corbin told it to me was anyone that any practice that anyone has heading into the race might be completely void by the time the server for our server opens up and everyone then practices again.
Well, we'll all be on the same playing field at least, So at the end of the day, we're all in the same setup. We're all in the same series. We're all, racing this fixed run. We've all got the same amount of time. I guess maybe someone may have a few more hours than others, depending on how quickly folks can get back to their computers and download the update. But it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. No one, I guess, has an advantage going in. We're all kind of reset there, so it'll be really interesting to see how it goes. But with these super high downforce cars, even running negative 20 wing on the front, like Pocono, the draft is just incredible. It was pack racing in the IRGP qualifying series and in the World Championship a few weeks ago. So that at least won't go away, but certainly the way we're taking the corners and tire management is going to just absolutely change. And it's anyone's guess. So at least I'm on a level playing field, because I clearly missed that first pit stop and was baffled as to why everyone pit with only 30 laps done when you only needed a handful of liters to finish. And I was fortunate to get back in. Corbin, excited to hear his interview with that second race, running it right to the end. Really got lucky there. So very fortunate for him, and especially making those passes on CD and Ty at the end there. It's crazy.
Oh, I mean, yeah. I even was wondering if those two were actually going to make it there. It really seemed like it with like 3 laps to go or something. I know Higginbottom was able to certainly salvage the second place finish right there. Mangrum, on the other hand, unfortunately falling back by me. It was good on them to take the gamble because, again, everyone from you on back was a lap or 2 laps down anyway, so they were pretty much a guaranteed a top 4 finish anyways. Unfortunately, not the win, but one thing here. Corbin, are you listening? Are you in here? You are allowed to talk if you are. I'm just curious.
Yes, sir. I've been listening.
I want to do something funny here.
Okay, let's hear it.
I'm asking all the questions. I'm curious if you have a question for Charlie, and then when we get to you, I'm curious if Charlie has a question for you.
I don't know if I necessarily have a question, but I just want to thank you for that strategy.
Yeah, you're welcome. It was intentional, and I knew what I was doing all along.
Yeah, I bet that. Yeah, I bet that's the case, eh?
It really worked for you. I'm really glad that played out. It was interesting seeing everyone kind of come into the pits at this short track. Like, I really thought any green flag pit stop was just going to be chaos. Like, it was so hard practicing to get into the pits. I'm just like, please let there be a yellow flag every time. I don't want to have to do this in a real race.
Well, actually, funny enough, I kid you not, that pit entrance I made on the green flag pit stop, first time I've ever done that in this car at that track. I had no practice of pit entry whatsoever because I didn't expect to have to do it.
Oh my, yeah. Actually, you know what? This is absolutely perfect of what I was, even better than what I was initially thinking of. But now going to you, Corbin. Second career win, second win of the season. I guess now counting tonight's races, 2 wins within the last 3 oval races. I guess a mostly dominant performance by you in the second race here. You did have Dylan Bahm right on your rear bumper for quite a while, and then you were able to get a little bit more of an advantage off of that faster pit stop towards the end. And then there was there were some gambles there from Mangrum and Higginbottom, who I really thought they actually had a chance there, but no, you still are pounced over them. But yeah, just kind of take us through that one from your perspective now.
I mean, geez, that was a wild race to say the least. I mean, it was obviously a lot less cautions than the first one. This only had 1 caution in the race, but I mean, to be completely fair with you, I have no idea how I won this race with how fast Dylan Bahm was. I mean, the guy is cracked when it comes to this car on ovals. The speed he could carry into the corners, and like, I was trying to save my tires a little bit because like I have a bunch of like experience on the NASCAR side saving tires, but none of that translates to this car. Tire saving is a completely different ball game with this car, and I was just confused. I was like, how is he going so full tilt and not just absolutely destroying his tires? So I'm like, I guess I'll try it. So I just bombed it into every corner. I was on the edge every single lap, and I'm like, okay, the car's actually kind of holding up here.
The grip he had on the high line was insane.
Oh, it was just I couldn't believe it. Like I was over here like, oh, cool, I ran an 18.1, and then he's over here running 17.6s, and I'm like, are you serious? And like, I'm completely baffled that I was able to stay in front of him, but the pit strategy I had, it worked out great. I mean, like the biggest thing with this car is clean air, and there's like, you can tell whenever you're behind another car, it just plows. It becomes a snow plow. It goes up the track. It doesn't go anywhere you want it to go if you're behind another car. And when I saw Charlie do the strategy at in the first race, I was like, why is he staying out? And then it kind of like, as the first race went on, but everything that happened in the second race was what I learned in the first race. So like, the first race for me was all a learning curve, figuring out how the car reacts, what it does in the long run, and all that kind of stuff. But I knew the second race was going to be completely different because it's nighttime, it's much cooler. But like, when I was like, whenever that first caution came out, I'm like, all right, this caution came out at almost the exact same time as it did in the first race. Charlie stayed out and he won this race. I'm going to try it. So I stayed out. Everyone came into pit. I know this car is so weird because like, you'd think tire wear would slow you down, but it really doesn't. Like you don't start to notice actual like differences in the grip levels until you're probably at least like 20 or 15% left on the right front tire. So I'm like, if I stay out here, I'll have less fuel than the rest of the pack, which means I'll be quicker in that way. And I've already got the heat build up into the tires, so that'll make me go faster as well. And not to mention, I had a blazing restart. That was pretty cool. But like, geez, once you're out front with this car, you can stay there with the dirty air, how the tires wear, and all that kind of stuff. But no, coming to the end too, Ty and CD's strategy, that kind of caught me off guard. Like whenever I saw Dylan like go into the pits, I'm like, all right, I was out front of him whenever I came into pit road. I should be out front of him whenever he comes off pit road. So like whenever he leaves pit road, I should be in front of him and I should take the lead, right? I see him coming out of pit road. I'm coming around turns 1 and 2, and I'm like, all right, I got by him. I'm in the lead now. I look down in the relative, and I'm like, wait a minute, there's Ty and CD are still out there. And then it was around lap 119, 120. I was like real confused. I'm like, how are they still out there? And like, I was like, there's no way I'm going to lose this race to that strategy. But then I noticed I was almost a second a lap faster than them. And I'm like, all right, they're 2 seconds ahead of me. There's 3 laps to go. As long as I can keep that momentum going of a second a lap, I'll catch them. And I did end up catching them. And it was a hell of a finish with all 4 guys. And not to mention, like, there's only 4 guys left on the lead lap, and all 4 of us finished within each other. So it's like that was quite a race. That's all I can say. It was awesome. I loved it. That was so much fun. I'm tired. I barely have a voice left. I'm going to bed.
Well, I mean, yeah, both races were absolutely fantastic. Okay, I need one more thing though. Pocono coming up. Yes, you are better on the ovals, statistically speaking. Pace-wise too, and you're gonna have the momentum from tonight, of course. I know Sears will too, because now he has his first oval win wrapped up and done and over with. But you know, you might be better off here to explain this very quickly, like very briefly, to the fact that, you know, next week we're going to Pocono of all tracks. Again, still 2 more ovals, Pocono and Auto Club, but next week's race day, iRacing with that update in the morning could really make things interesting that night.
Oh yeah, exactly. Like Pocono, it's gonna be fast. It's gonna be a pack race. It's gonna be dirty air central. You're gonna go into the tunnel turn. You're not gonna be able to turn. You're just gonna go straight. It's probably how it's gonna go if you're behind another car. But in all honesty, like Charlie probably has the most experience out of any of us going into this. He's already done the Pro Series race at Pocono. Obviously, the setup is going to be different and all that kind of stuff, but he's got the experience going into it compared to all of us. But then again, if that update, like they're saying like an oval refresh, they're going to make the tracks are going to react differently to the heat. They're going to react differently to the sun and cloud cover. They said the changes are going to be much more noticeable. So like right now, you can notice if the track is hot, it's obviously going to be slick and it's going to drive different than if it's cool at night and stuff like that. But with this new update, the tracks, the swing and variation on the track is going to be much larger. So not only that, but the way the grip, like the way the tires interact with the track could potentially be different as well. So any amount of practice that anyone does leading up till Tuesday could be null and void when it comes to the race on Tuesday night. The car could feel completely different. You don't, like, iRacing may update the setup because we use the iRacing fixed setups. Most of the time we try to use that one, and iRacing has a Pocono setup for the car. So that's what we're going to be using. And if they update it, we're using the updated version. So, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see what happens, but nobody will know what'll happen until the day of.
And that is indeed for sure. And yeah, with all that being said, especially having the advantage of a doubleheader here tonight, we were able to get both drivers kind of talking back and forth there. It's still separate interviews as well, and get a bit of a preview of what's to come in the next couple of weeks, especially for Pocono next Tuesday night here for the Canadian Motorsports Network Dart Series on iRacing. First one on iRacing's second season for Dart, but again, that does it for the Iowa 125 winner interviews with Charlie Sears and Corbin McCauley, both earning victories here tonight. Sears winning 3 races in a row, and then McCauley earning his second win of the season, second career win, second oval win of the season, second win within the last 3 oval races, blah, blah, blah. Once again, congratulations to the both of you guys, and we will see you for what will no doubt be, what term shall I use? a junkyard at Pocono. How's that?
Let's hope not. Let's hope it's
Yeah.
like the second race in Iowa. There's one incident like that was a solid race. I hope it's the same, but it is going to be a fast, crazy race, and like Corbin said, no one knows where it's gonna play out.
And I think Jordy, I don't know if Jordy's going to be back for Pocono or not, but if he is, knowing the crashes that happened tonight and knowing it's Pocono, oh boy. But anyways,
I can't wait for the screams.
yeah, from the both of us, eh? But anyways, guys, once again, Charlie and Corbin, congratulations. Celebrate well and safe. Do not listen to the second word. And especially Corbin, congratulations on winning at night.
I appreciate you at night.
That's a Jordy joke. Come on.
I had to do it.
Yes, you did. You had to take his place. All right. Take care, boys. And once again, congratulations. We will see you at Pocono.
Thanks, Regan.
Have a good one, y'all.
And thus, that does it here for tonight's action at the virtual Iowa Speedway. Charlie Sears and Corbin McCauley earning victories tonight in the doubleheaders. The first annual Iowa Dart Twin 125s. And now I guess McCauley, I guess thank goodness I never transitioned at any point right there. But anyways, now we'll go look at the schedule. Maybe that was a preview for what we're going to get at Pocono next week. But just before we wrap things up, there is the second half of the schedule once again. 3 races remaining in the season of Dallara IR01 auto racing teams on iRacing. First one on iRacing, second one in network history. Pocono Raceway, Auto Club, Iowa. Geez, we were just there. Pocono Raceway, Auto Club Speedway, and WeatherTech Raceway, Laguna Seca. My gosh, we're gonna be winding down to some absolute thrillers to end off this run for the second annual running for the Greg Moore Cup with 4 drivers, at least right now points wise, going at it. Charlie Sears, Dylan Bahm, CD Mangrum, and Andy Hertel, all still within a close gap, although knowing some of the stuff that happened tonight, points could really be interesting whenever they get revealed, I would imagine tomorrow. So, next Tuesday night, December 5th, 2023 at 7:20 p.m. Eastern, 8:20 p.m. Atlantic, around that time-ish, the Pocono Dart 250 live coverage will begin here on the Canadian Motorsports Network YouTube channel. So be sure to subscribe, turn your notifications on, follow us all over social media on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, and check out our website for the latest, just anything history within the network here, results, schedule, driver roster, everything imaginable. And yeah, so with all that being said, on behalf of the Canadian Motorsports Network, I am the main voice of the network, Regan McCauley. Also on behalf of the Holland College Journalism and Communications Program. And I guess might as well say Jordy Caraher too. He was here with us spiritually. I'll give him that. He's been here since the very beginning on the other side of the country. And then on behalf of the rest of the competition committee for the network, other staff involved, drivers, sponsors, and partners, we'd like to thank each and every one of you for tuning in to yet again another live production of Canadian Motorsports Network Racing Action, particularly for the Dart Series on iRacing. Season 2 for Dart, Season 1 on iRacing. We will see you all next week, next Tuesday night, December 5th, for the 100-lap Pocono Dart 250 at Pocono Raceway. You will not want to miss that or any of the other final races to conclude this second season of Dart Racing. It's only going to get even more thrilling with a couple talented sim racers on iRacing going at it for the second annual coveted Greg Moore Cup. Thanks, everyone, once again. Have a good one. Take care. And I guess because Corbin McCauley won, I might as well do the Holland Hurricanes thing. Fear the storm at night.